I don't think they're gonna be there much longer. Like 3 more years, maybe.
Yeah, true.
You gotta get.
What's going on, family, dog?
Hey.
How's everyone doing?
I forgot you was coming, man.
Damn, dog. Forget about me like that.
Nah, man, we on that Ron Killings wave. We don't fuck with John Cena fans over here no more, man.
Fuck that nigga Ron Killings, dog.
You crazy.
That haircut his ass, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
That
haircut his ass, bro.
Nah, but there's something about it that fits the character, bro. He went crazy.
Like
he should just went bald. He can't get a buzz because the designs is too fresh. Like he can't. They gotta grow that shit back.
I fuck with the direction they handling them though.
But they keep calling him R-Truth.
Yeah.
That don't really make sense.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Well, I guess nothing in WWE makes sense because if Jey Uso wins, then that means you have 3 former world champions in the semifinals for King of the Ring.
Yeah.
You better not win, bro.
All right, so did y'all see after Jey Uso lost, they had Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods laughing. I guess they trying to push the Usos to get back together.
I'm for that.
Yeah,
I'm for that. I think they could help the Raw tag team division. The Raw tag team division needs help, man.
But
Yeah.
Jimmy on SmackDown though.
You know that shit don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah.
Because LA Knight and Seth feuding, I don't even get how we got to that point.
It should matter though. It should.
You're right, but unfortunately it don't.
Yeah, I've came to the conclusion that like the brand split just means where you're primarily gonna be seen. You're primarily gonna be seen on Raw if you're Seth. And Cody, you're gonna primarily be seen on SmackDown. It's not a hard split.
Hey, wait a minute, y'all good, bro? Hold on. Hey, y'all good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Look like y'all a little tired type shit. Y'all tired as well? Y'all good? Where the energy at, man? You know what? I know what you guys need. This is brought to you by 7-Eleven Fusion Energy Drink. Please get your energy up now and support our sponsor. We on our WWE shit today, baby.
You ain't got no Prime? You got Fusion?
Well, I'd rather drink a 7-Eleven drink than drink that fucking Prime shit. That shit's disgusting, bro.
Man, that shit tastes like that's battery acid.
Apparently WWE planning on doing a draft after SummerSlam.
They shouldn't even do it. They should just do a transfer window and keep it at a transfer window and move things around.
They should do a draft. The
transfer shit was ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but why waste time? Why waste time with a draft if you ain't gonna do a hard split anyway?
They gonna do a hard split. That's why they doing a draft.
You think?
Yeah. They should have did that shit after WrestleMania like they always used to do.
Facts. Motherfucker, they gonna draft. And with the first pick,
they couldn't do it though.
Why not?
Yeah.
They're gonna draft.
They couldn't have done it because of all the cuts. Like the draft wouldn't have made sense. Yeah, but the draft wouldn't have not made sense if all these cuts would have happened. I think doing it after SummerSlam kind of indicates that all these NXT people that are supposed to be leaving are going to be leaving after at SummerSlam and then going up. Because again, Oba being there to the Rumble, I don't know, but Oba being drafted for SummerSlam after, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Blake Monroe, aka 80s porn star, is not going to be NXT forever. So I'll say that
they better not draft the fucking champions first. Don't draft nobody that's already on the brand. Just leave them there.
That's the problem, though. They don't even draft champions.
Hey,
that's why Hayes was the first pick.
Hey, this is another rumor that's gonna make me crash out. They talking about the Bella Twins coming back beating the women's tag team champions.
God, we're gonna start on that shit.
I'm crashing out.
They're gonna compete for sure. They're gonna compete for sure in the match.
I'm cool with
they
that,
don't even get defended anyway, so it's. I mean, I don't really like the Bella Twins, but it's good for business at the end.
I think it's good for the tag team division.
It
have
is.
them in there.
Okay.
It is, but what about Odyssey Jones?
Interject myself here for a second, please. Hold up. We'll talk about that on Saturday, D-Walk, or on Sunday, depending. But them coming back to help the women's tag team division is like saying, yeah, let's go to Chernobyl and plant a flower right inside the nuclear reactor. It'll help. No. Those two are a cancer to the women's division ever since before even Paige popped up. And then you guys are like, yeah, let's bring them back. D-Walk knows this. There was a strict fucking domestic abuse rule, and they broke it for Nikki. They were going to pay for her own fucking dressing room just for Nikki. Why not Stephanie? Why not Liv? Why not all the other bitches that deserve their own locker room? Why not Rhea, who's been busting her ass for 3 years straight? But Nikki gets a locker room by herself. Nah, dude. No, sorry. For me, Nikki Bella and the Bellas should stay far. You know where we should go? Go to ROW. Booker T's, he'll take anybody and everybody.
They're gonna be there just for Evolution. It's not gonna go past Evolution. Don't worry.
That's all they're there for.
That might be the longest though. Maybe the longest.
Tired of this. Tired of freaking people saying that like bringing back Goldberg, bringing back the Bellas, bringing back all these old people is the smartest thing ever in booking. No, you have people in LFG, Evolve, the ID program, and NXT who are ready to fucking bust their asses for you. Yet you keep hiring all these people, and to go to the Rikishi thing, yeah, it's your son, and I understand you're mad about your son losing, but realistically, Rikishi, do you think he's a fucking Hulk Hogan to hold it for 14 years? Come on now. Come on. Everyone projected 3 months. Everyone around said 3 to 6 months. We were almost 2 months.
Even I said that shit.
He was lucky. He was lucky to get to 51 days, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
As far as Rikishi, he's doing a lot, man, because like he only talking about Jake, but he ain't talking about his other two brothers.
That's the same thing I was trying to say. He said nothing about Jimmy or Solo.
It's not even that. I mean, to be honest, like, are we? You saying they didn't give him a chance, but like his promo, like, but if you being objective, like his promos have not been there. Like,
they was ass. They was ass.
Like no, he did not.
It really sounded like the pressure was getting to him on certain nights.
It really did.
Yeah, probably.
They put the title on him at the wrong time.
He should have been won that shit at the height of main event. Jey Uso should have won that shit. He won that shit after he was champ for 21 days. The IC champ. After that, I was like, oh fuck. Like, come on now.
But to me, Rikishi hurt more Jey Uso's reputation because the shit he's saying. And then just when he lost, he had to get escorted out because he was trying to fight the writers and bookers. He ain't doing nothing but hurting Jey Uso, bro.
Yeah, but he don't got no say over nobody. So
I don't think. Well, yeah, he is. He definitely is. Sure.
From a backstage standpoint, TKO not used to that shit. Vince McMahon used to the motherfuckers fighting and about to slap niggas and shit. TKO like, oh my god, these unprofessional motherfuckers. Oh shit.
Okay, wait. 1 second for Mr. Devon Deadly number 2. I want to read this comment. As trash as the Bellas were, they bring value to women's division sometimes. Please tell me 2 matches that they actually gave meaning to the women's division. I will send you $1 per idea on PayPal, sir. Please do, because I have never.
The first Evolution, Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey made it in the first Evolution. That was a good match.
That match.
It was a good match.
That match was raccoon trash.
It was a good match.
I rewatched it and I was like, Ronda Rousey carried that match.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Ronda Rousey hasn't carried shit in her life. Stop it.
This gonna be a good debate.
She did. In that match, she did.
Versus Brie Bella at SummerSlam 2013 was a big match.
Yeah, bro. Rake is right, bro. Rake is right.
The Bella Twins have some good stuff.
They don't bring value based off their in-ring ability. They bring value based off of the name. That's what I'll say.
Here's the value. Here's the value they bring to the tag division. The tag division doesn't have a lot of actual real teams. I think they bring value in that.
That makes sense too.
It makes sense, bro. It makes.
They better not come and not win. Like, come on now.
Wait, y'all the same team, right?
They gonna lose it right after they win.
They got good team already. Alex, y'all might be in trouble, bro. I already see the
Think about the way that
though.
and think about the way that Nikki
It's
took the Divas title when she was champion. The Twin Magic, like that was perfection. Actually,
It was dope, yo.
It was for show. It was Joe's wet dream. Shout out to Joe BNCO. It was the time of age that women with boobs and butts were just plentiful and botching was just all over the fucking place. I remember Alicia Fox fighting the same girl over and over again for 6,000 times, 2013, 16. I remember Emma. I remember the early Bailey days. Let's be real. Wrestling and women's wrestling in WWE didn't get good until 2000.
Wait a minute. Let's not act like they're not.
And that was in NXT.
Let's not act like they're not still botching now, though.
Yeah, bro. That's not fair.
Like they're still botching.
Not
now,
as much as
bro.
back in the day.
Well,
Yeah, but back in the day, back in the day, they wanted them to be bad wrestlers. They didn't want them to shine.
Right,
You know,
yeah, if you want it, right. I was about to say, if you want to be honest,
cities.
it's really the first women's division in WWE. If you really want to be honest, yeah, if you like that ass, like for real, like AJ Lee, was she like really a wrestler?
Right.
Like, stop.
But
I agree with this. Jay, Queen of the Ring.
but most of her matches, she damn near killed herself in too.
Or killed other people.
Ooh.
The Bellas.
The Bellas.
Bellas.
Liv Morgan's face.
That's a force, bro. Why we always gotta take a point and go extreme, dog? That's not true, dog. That's not true, dog.
You won't get him.
Yo, Rex, come in here,
We
dog.
can't just say blanket statements like that and not elaborate.
Yeah.
I want you to name one incident where the Bella twins, either one of them, have hurt somebody in a botch.
She damn near fucking feeling her nails every time she drive every match outside the ring.
They want instances. The only one I can remember is Brie Bella busting Liv Morgan's face.
That was an accident.
That was an accident.
Hey, Zelina Vega.
That was an accident.
No. I gotta do it. Zelina Vega just did that, and she not about. What's wrong with her? She just did the same thing as Chelsea Green.
Yeah, Ray.
Time out.
That's the only box.
Yeah, Ray.
Well, I'm gonna put a wrench in it. Like at the end of the day, Red and Dave is right. Like everybody make mistakes at the end of the day. It's wrestling, so nobody finna be perfect.
Yeah.
But
Let's get it started.
yeah, but hold. Hey, WWE booked themselves into a corner with the King of the Ring. The Queen of the Ring tournament's been perfect, but the King of the Ring not rocking with.
Ass.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
All right, chat.
in the
We
NXT
here for the
tournament.
great debate, chat. We here for the great debate. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. Man, we be into some good shit. Ed, explain the rules to the chat.
All right, so first, before we get on to that, this I'm gonna decide which team get to go first. And Reg and D-Walk, I'm gonna give y'all 3 NBA players. Y'all gotta guess which one my favorite. Whoever get it, y'all team get to go first. So we got Alperen Şengün, Paulo Banchero, or Trae Young.
I'm gonna say Trae Young.
Dave stepped up. Dave said, "Fuck Reg, I got it."
Yeah, I'm gonna say Paulo.
All right, we'll go with Reagan's option. Since you pick.
I'll go to Trae Young.
It's Trae Young.
Ooh,
Yeah, I had a feeling it was Trae Young, but
I'm confident either way.
yeah, we good.
All 3 of them in my top 5 anyways. But so D-Walk and Alex, they gonna go first. And basically, like Kai said, it's a Becky versus Charlotte debate. Becky versus Charlotte is Jordan versus Bird. Okay. I don't even know what that means. But both teams gonna have their opening arguments. They're gonna get 4 minutes. Then team 1, which is Alex and D-Walk, they're gonna get into their main points, and team 2 will have a rebuttal. Then it flips with team 2 making their main points for 7 minutes, and team 1 getting the rebuttal. Then they'll both have 3 minutes for the closing arguments. And who knows what can happen in between the breaks. But team 1, y'all have 4 minutes. Let me know when y'all ready.
All right, we
And
ready?
if you're not ready, I think you guys need a 7-Eleven Fusion Energy drink to help you get ready. Stay energized and stay focused.
D-Walk, do your 2 minutes. I'm right behind you. Go.
This I
Other
gotta
team,
pick the matches.
mute up other team.
You said this the matches,
Yeah.
so I pick 1 or 2 matches, or what I do.
Nah, just explain your reason why
No,
you
just
think
give me your
Yeah,
opening.
explain why you
that she
think
better.
Becky Lynch is the GOAT.
They already lost, bro. You can
Nah,
already
that's
say.
the first debate.
No.
with us.
I'm letting my co-host from NXT Time from D-Walk.
Go ahead,
bring his
Alex. No, you
points
go first.
And I know he's gonna
You
talk
go
about
first.
titties and ass.
Let me marinate.
All right,
Go ahead first.
We got
Becky
them,
Lynch.
Rage.
No. Becky Lynch debuting in NXT in 2014 around the same time as Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, came out, debuted as a stereotypical Irish person that she herself has admitted was the worst mistake of her life. However, we were talking about accidents. Accidents bring astonishment. Becky's rise to stardom didn't really get noticed until Ronda Rousey started popping up, and the infamous punch heard around the world that gave her a concussion and got her famous. From that point on, Becky Lynch has been known for the last 6 years as the man. And due to creative story writing of backstage segments, matches here and there, her being a mother and then coming back, her going to NXT, to fulfilling her dream of getting the NXT title, since she was the only one of the 4 horsewomen who never got the title. And now is trying to elevate the Intercontinental Women's belt, because the first inaugural woman, Lyra, was trash and Bird Lady. So now, as a debate for saying that Becky Lynch is the best thing of all time, Charlotte Flair is a wrestler. She's an acrobatic. She's part of a dynasty. However, she is not an icon. She is not, nor will ever be the man. She will be, I'm the 16, 17, 29, 35 thing champion. You're not the man. You're not the man that even men themselves said, look at that bitch. That bitch is the man. Charlotte's like, who is that person? I think an alien, took over her face. That's what I think about Charlotte Flair right now. But D-Walk, any thoughts on what I just said?
All right. Let me say, I'm gonna hit a Martin quote on y'all. How you say, how my man in DMV say, tell Martin you tougher than leather and well put together. All right. So Becky Lynch, hey, she evolved. She went from that dancing goofy ass gimmick to being a man, and she fucking dominated. We seen her evolve into every different stage, to every different situation. She also won damn near every title. And she wrestled fucking a lot of fucking people. She wrestled Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Ronda Rousey. Like I said, she got busted in the fucking nose. Her shit was busted open. And she took that like a man and was just like, yeah, I want some more. I want blood. I mean, like I said, you can't take nothing away from Becky Lynch. Huh?
And she was
keep going, y'all. Y'all still got time.
To addendum, and to add to the addendum, the difference in numbers of injuries between Becky Lynch and Charlotte are astronomical. Becky's injury list is only under 3. Charlotte's injury list is over 5. Over a long period of time. So if you look at wrestlers and their performance, Becky has outlived Charlotte in time more than wrestling. We'll get to the Charlotte thing later, but that's what I gotta say about Becky.
And I want to say this,
and she didn't change her face.
She had to change now since she had that knee surgery. It's a lot of shit she can't do now. So I don't even give her that long to still wrestle, because that knee is a bitch right now. You know what I mean? Becky Lynch, she just came back from having a baby, and she probably could get another run for probably at least I don't know, fucking 8-9 years.
Good. She's adapted her style. She's changed her style to adapt to her life. She had a baby. She can't do a high flyer like Charlotte. She can't do a submission like Bayley and Sasha. So I'll just switch up my style. I'll take other people's wrestling moves, change them, call them the manhandle slam, and work it out. So
and what
that's all
happened? You don't even see Charlotte do the splits, or remember how she used to do the splits, fucking at the ring, and then climb in and do the flip. She can't. A lot of shit she can't do that no more. She damn near fucking I don't want to say limited, because that's too average. I want to say like she still got it, but she can't do it in the high level she used to.
Okay.
That's your time.
Hey, yo, Reg, what you want to do? You want to go first or me?
Hey, hold on.
Oh,
Because Lowry ain't trash. What are we talking about?
Okay, now.
Who trash?
Alex said the Lowry rain was trash. I don't know about
Larry. Alex, you tripping, man.
this.
Yeah, he is tripping.
But y'all ready?
What rain? Come on now.
Rage and Dave, y'all are up. Hey, this is the
guys-
first time I think anybody has ever used the full 4 minutes in the opening argument. So congratulations to y'all for making
Rick,
history
you wanna
on the stream.
Rick, you wanna go or me?
I can go
You
for
want
10.
let me set the
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
Are we saying our Charlotte point, or are we responding to what they said?
Open
argument.
Huh?
Just
Do
open an
your
argument.
opening. Don't do a rebuttal yet.
Hey, Jude, I feel you.
Okay. All right. So. I'll go first, Dave. So Charlotte, her story rarely is a rare case in wrestling. It's a story of a fulfilled prophecy, and if you really think about it, if you go back in history, what wrestler offspring combination, directly parent child combination has been this good, in either division, men or women, it's never happened. Charlotte coming into NXT, she was not good. She was the face, and she was relatively. And I know somebody just mentioned this about. I think it was mentioning Becky Lynch, but it also applies. Like you guys are trying to really discredit. Also, it applies to Charlotte. Charlotte really started way later than Becky. I remember seeing Charlotte in the crowd against in WrestleMania 24 with Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. I remember seeing her. She was looking like a soccer mom who knew that she had this capability. She came in NXT. Her NXT reign wasn't that memorable for all the allure NXT has, but at the same time, she was a champion. Unlike, but we're not. This is Charlotte. This is Charlotte's case. Then she comes on to the main roster. Charlotte is the bridge. Charlotte is the real bridge between the Divas era and the women's era. That's Charlotte Flair, and that's undeniable right there. So, that and accolades. I mean, we can get into accolades. She went back even. Wait a minute. I know I just said the NXT thing. She went back. She mended that fence and had an NXT run and I think she has 2 NXT title reigns. So if you really want to be honest, NXT champ, that's an admission in itself, not to digress, that NXT is a developmental brand, that they don't consider those world titles. She is a 16-time world champion. But I think that's all I have to say. I think her story is one of fulfilled prophecy and one of a rare occurrence in the wrestling industry and sports entertainment. So, what you got to say, Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna real quick piggyback off what Ray says. He makes a really good point. Most second generation, third generation wrestlers, when their dad's the level of greatness of a Ric Flair, they flop tremendously.
Look at David Flair.
Yeah, bro. Look at all of them in the past. Like, most people don't live up to their Hall of Fame dads, but Charlotte has met every expectation and then some. You want to talk about she's not an icon? Women's wrestling in WWE wasn't taken seriously until Charlotte versus Natalya at the 2014 NXT TakeOver. When they killed it that night with Bret Hart in Natalya's corner and Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair's corner, that's when we started to see the Bayley versus Sasha Banks at TakeOver. Then we saw more women main eventing at TakeOvers. That absolutely shifted the entire landscape because we saw 2 second-generation women absolutely kill it. If that's not iconic, I don't know what is. And then we want to talk about accolades. Becky doesn't even compete. Like if it was, and we want to talk about the manhandle slam. First of all, she does the manhandle slam ugly. It doesn't look good.
That was 4 minutes.
That was quick, dog.
I think I might
that was 4 minutes.
Day.
Yeah, you went like.
Dog, I was about to hit him with another point, but damn, bro.
You're gonna have some more time later, but hold on. God, you got a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
What, Christmas in about like 6 months, six months. Hey, anybody in the chat that y'all got kids?
In that comment with Ray Rodriguez, that weak ass finisher.
Hey, hold on. Make sure y'all go to Walmart, get some action figures. Montez Ford, Great Khali. Make sure y'all get these for y'all kids.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Hey man, y'all, we gotta pay the bills, y'all. We gotta run these ads.
Pay the bills.
So y'all be ready.
Weak ass finisher.
Now,
so
can I have my
one, y'all gonna have 7 minutes to make y'all main points.
Okay. My rebuttal. Let's go. I'll let you. I'll let you go after me, D-Walk. To go to the NXT, I knew that you were gonna bring up the freaking Charlotte versus Natalia match because everyone brings up the Charlotte versus Natalia match. Fun fact: that show, I watched it over with the Invisible Woman. It wasn't that great. I mean, to be compared, to understand, 2013 to 2015, Charlotte wasn't that great. They were just pushing her because she was a name. She was an acrobatic. She's like, I'm gonna try this out. Let's have some fun. That's the truth about Charlotte. Charlotte only really gave a shit about wrestling until 2018, 17, 19, when they started hyping up the 4 Horsewomen, when they started doing the Women's Evolution match and all the other things. That's when Charlotte really was going good. I will give her accolades too. Charlotte versus Becky was a great match. The difference is that we know Charlotte more because of her outside antics than her inside antics. Her 3 divorces, her alcohol problem, her fact that she doesn't want to respect anybody, the debacle between her and Tiffy, like that is going to go down as the annals of history of what not to do when you go up against a legend and a newcomer. That's right off the bat. Yeah. And she went to NXT to push Tiffy. It wasn't because she was in NXT to have a second accolade. No, she went to NXT because they told her, you need to go to NXT. We have this new woman that is you, but younger, named Tiffy. We need to push her ass. And then they pushed her ass and then sent her to the moon where she is right now. Getting buried by the same woman that pushed her in NXT before WrestleMania. Now she's gonna get buried by Naomi. Shout out to Naomi. You deserve that belt. You deserve that briefcase. Get it up. So let's go back to Becky. Becky, doesn't have a lot of matches on her belt, but she has moments. And that's and again, she wasn't that great at NXT. She didn't have any great in NXT. And by the way, NXT 2014-15 was the time of the Blue Girl, Eva Marie, and a Sailor Woman that got fired. Okay, let's not fantasize or romanticize 2014 women's division in NXT. It wasn't that great at all. Freaking Liv Morgan didn't even know what the fuck she was doing. Alexa Bliss was with the Dubstep Cowboys. That was not a great time for all of us. But back to Becky. Becky Lynch, doing all the things that she has done, has a very small injury-prone list, and she's adapted. Yeah, that manhandle slam sucks. True, but she can do it out of nowhere. She can pop it up out of nowhere. Charlotte had a move that was badass in the beginning of NXT. She can't even do that anymore because it fucked up her knees. Then she started doing the moonsault to the outside. That didn't work anymore. Okay, Black Couch Monet. Then she started doing the figure 8. That was fucking her up even more. Then she had to take time off because of her 1, 2, 3 divorces. Now they're just giving her the belt 16 times because they wanted we got to do it like Flair. One person said it best. It's not how many times you win the belt. It's how many times you lose and how many times it matters. And again, I don't really know a lot of memorable matches from Charlotte. Maybe the NXT one, maybe the Becky one. She didn't have a great match with Bayley. She didn't have a great match with fucking Sasha. She'd never had a great match with Nia Jax. She never had a great match with Ronda Rousey. She can do a lot of acai moonsaults. Wow. Guess what, Charlotte? We have someone that we cloned that's better. It's called Soruka. So why do we even need you anymore, Charlotte? Honestly, unless you want to pay more money for your face. That's a D-Walk go.
All right, so I'm gonna get like this, hit it down here. This is what I'm saying. Like I said, a lot of wrestlers, Becky wrestled, neither it was a good match or Becky made it look good. Even when Becky wrestled Nia Jax, the match is still good. Every time Charlotte wrestled Nia Jax, they always end up fighting for real. I mean, like to me, like I said, Becky Lynch, she moved past Charlotte, but I'm not gonna take her accolades away from Charlotte. Charlotte's still the shit. But now it's just they giving it to her now because hey, your last name Flair. We want another Flair that had this be up there with his dad, with your dad. Like I said, her brothers them. That was WCW. WCW, they was a lot of small wrestlers besides Rey Mysterio and a handful didn't even make it over to the WWE.
Nope.
But so that's why I said like
Also,
at first, huh?
yeah.
No, that's why I said
No, I
Charlotte.
was just real quick.
Like I said,
Also, because yeah,
go ahead.
go on, D-Wall.
No, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say also as addendum.
No, I
Also,
was done.
Charlotte's actions have also affected. Oh, sorry. Charlotte's actions has also affected the world. Let's bring up Andrade. If it wasn't for her, Andrade would have not been hired, fired, and rehired again because of her, not because of the wrestling. Whatever. No, they're like, okay, Charlotte wants him back because they're married. Oh well, we hired him. Oh well, okay, they divorced. Oh well, that fucking sucks. Let's just bury Andrade because he's not one of the greatest Latino wrestlers that they've had in the last 5 years. Come on. I'm not hating on the queen. She's just not that memorable. Becky, in terms of icon, like in iconness, is better. It's just better. Sorry, man. I like the whole hell. Black Couch Books knows this. I got a clip of Becky saying that she's less than regular garbage, but she's still garbage. Like, holy shit. That's a fucking badass clip. I don't have any clips from Charlotte saying anything. Except saying I'm a drunk. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Damn.
All right. So what's this part? This is the rebuttal.
Yes.
Okay.
Forgot I was muted. But all right. So y'all gonna Dave and Red, y'all gonna have 6 minutes for a rebuttal.
All right. I'll do 3 minutes real quick. I'm looking at the time, Dave. I got it. So I'm just gonna acknowledge everything you said. So as far as accolades, again, Charlotte is the bridge from the Divas division to the women's division. So I would say, I mean, that's kind of her birthright, for lack of a better term, to have all the accolades, and it's just due. I think her matches warrant that. Like you're saying, like you're feeling to mention in regards to Becky Lynch that she has. Charlotte clears Becky in matches. We could go to the NXT. That's her first notable one, but that's not her best one at all. If you're just talking about the main roster, you could talk about recently. You could talk about the Charlotte Rhea match. You could talk about the first couple of women's, the first 2 Money in the Bank matches that she really, her and Natalya were leaders of, that she doesn't get credit for. You got the triple threat match with her, Sasha, and who was the third least popular person in that match? Becky Lynch, the least popular of all 4, still outside of the man. Charlotte has been relevant her entire run, and she's had big matches from the start. Even from like the first brand split, she was the face of Raw. Her and Sasha, they were the ones that were hot potato in the championship. So,
Facts.
like for the greatness you say Mercedes was, all the championships she's got, most of them came from that feud with Charlotte. So and like as far as injuries, that I think she first. I think she was an athlete before she was a wrestler. That's first. Then she was a volleyball player. I guess she's not the greatest she's not better technically, whatever that means, but her moves look more real and she's taking more risks than Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch can't even do a flip. She's more athletic, so she's more prone to get injured. So that's all I gotta say. That's my 3 minutes.
First of all, the lack of respect for Charlotte is wild on this chat and from Alex, bro. There's not an ounce of respect. This ain't even a debate. This is a hit piece, bro.
Right.
But Charlotte,
welcome to the PUWF, sir.
Yeah, Charlotte. All right, it's our time, bro. Charlotte is way more athletic than Becky. Becky can't even make that manhandle slam look good. She can't even throw a regular leg drop and make it look good. And if we're talking about in-ring technical ability, Charlotte blows her out of the water. If we're talking about promos, Charlotte, I think it's a tough battle, but I'll still give it to Charlotte because she's more consistent. Becky, you don't get to suck for the first 5 years of your career. Come up because you got punched in the nose. And that Charlotte puts you over at Evolution. Look at Becky's whole story. If we're being unbiased and not being haters, Becky doesn't become who she is without beating Charlotte at Evolution. I don't care what you feel.
Hey, Dave,
she does not become who she is.
Can I please say something real quick? Not to digress real quick, but
go ahead, bro.
Talk about the impact of that incident. Nia Jax really should have got that spot after punching her in the nose.
Word.
Like, she should have got it really don't even make sense.
Word. So, yeah. But Becky doesn't get to where she is without constantly going against Charlotte, turning against Charlotte after Evolution and getting that moment. That moment, along with Nia Jax punching her in the nose, turned her into the man, whereas Charlotte was already an established main eventer years before Becky finally got in her groove, bro. Face it, Becky needed Charlotte to become the best version of herself. Charlotte was already the best version of herself, whether you like it or not. And like my man said, stay off the weed, bro. Becky might be the least talented out of the horsewomen. Like, if we're talking about pure talent, what you can do, pure talent, she might be the least talented off of what she can do. And let's be honest, man. We're talking about highlight matches: Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks, Charlotte versus Bayley, Charlotte versus Natalya, all the Charlotte versus Oscars. What are we talking about?
WrestleMania matches.
Come on, bro. What are we talking about? She ain't a performer. She does not have bad performances, man. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, that's some good shit right there.
Can I say one thing before we continue? I know. Can I say one thing before we continue? I want to just quell this real quick. We as wrestling fans tend to forget certain wrestling matches. If everyone here is a true wrestling fan, you guys remember NXT, the Gargano versus Andrade matches that were fire. That literally opened up the world for everybody when those matches came out. So and then in the comments right here, people saying that Andrade is trash because booking him is trash. But then we got to wipe away the memory of when Andrade was probably one of the best Latino wrestlers in NXT at that moment with Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe in that class. Why is he trash now? But we forget about the times that he put wrestling on the map. But I want to put that on there. I just want to put that out there. That's one. My apologies. And great rebuttal, Mr. Dave.
He's speaking facts. So y'all better not get me fucked up in this chat. Y'all already know, man. Y'all can say what y'all want. Even in Money in the Bank, who was showing out in the men's Money in the Bank? It was come on, man.
You try to have a good time, like you said, Kyle.
Yeah. He ain't gonna win shit, but every match he's in, he going to have the best spots, bro. So don't get it fucked up now.
And this tab right here, Andrade not boring. Like Andrade fun to watch. Like as far as match quality goes, Andrade is great.
Now, one thing about Andrade, he's mad fun to watch. He's mad fun to watch.
Ray Phoenix and Penta better. Oh my gosh.
The Ray Phoenix not Penta, sure, but
Ray Phoenix ain't shit.
Sir.
I thought that was Dragon Lee when I seen him.
Oh, okay. Sir, I respect you to the stars, Mr. Black Couch Booker, but Ray Phoenix with Gingo and maybe even Javon Evans, like they're the top tier high flyers right now.
Those for sure. He definitely better than Dragon Lee.
And Joe, if you hear this, I know you're gonna say, yeah, but
think
Andrade is not.
bro.
I respect Andrade, but Andrade is not better than Phoenix. Not like in a good match, and I've seen Andrade versus Phoenix matches. Phoenix will destroy Andrade in technical skill and just versatility. I will give you that.
Hey, Jude, don't start that bullshit, man.
Well, no, yeah, guess what? Andrade has a cool fucking mask. I like this fucking mask, dude. Fucking, it's pretty cool.
Okay? What happened to D-Walk?
Either way.
D-Walk
had to get.
There you go.
There he is.
I'm about to say D-Walk. I hope you.
Damn, you got the power in this strikeout.
We made him quit, bro.
Hey, we gotta.
We made him quit. My phone ain't never did this. My phone got hot and it cut off.
We got
That's weird.
They digressed into something else. They don't know what they don't know.
Oh man, come on. Hey, whose turn is it?
It's back to team 2 now. So they can make their main points, then team 1 to get a rebuttal after that. So it's back on Red and Dave.
Okay. Okay, I think Dave went into it a bit. I can go a little bit to it more in detail, I guess. Matches, notable matches. Let's go into it because we can speak about Charlotte as far as her backstage. That's it, and I'm not even gonna get into that because that's purely subjective. But as far as her matches, let's list matches, not her WrestleMania. Let's list matches that you probably don't know or probably won't know as her best matches. The Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania 34 with her, Bayley, Nia Jackson.
Yeah.
The fourth person was. Charlotte, remember, Vince McMahon added Charlotte to Becky's main event. What does that say? That's
because they needed her.
So, what else? Another great Charlotte match. Charlotte versus Trish at SummerSlam. Charlotte versus Trish at SummerSlam.
She made Trish Stratus, who hasn't wrestled in like 10 years, look great.
The triple threat that turned Becky heel.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. Wasn't it at SummerSlam? Wasn't it Becky? It was Becky, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss, wasn't it?
It was either Alexa or Asuka.
SummerSlam 2018 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might have been a one-on-one match, either one. But yeah, that match, the Evolution match, that's a Charlotte match. That's not a Becky match. That's a Charlotte match. Because these are all consistent. Becky doesn't have she's not a match carrier.
Nope.
She wrestles great wrestlers. She had a great steel cage match at Payback with Trish Stratus. She had the great match with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, two people that can make wrestling look kind of real. Women's wrestling look real and not sloppy at this point, because while we talk about Charlotte's body, while it has decreased, she still has a presence in the ring. Becky's body has decreased and she has no presence in the ring. So that's how I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh yeah, the Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey versus Asuka triple threat TLC match.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? Stop. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, excellent points, Reg, man. And like, if we're talking about all the other intangibles that make you a successful wrestler, like aura, believability, man, does Becky lose even in those categories, man? She's a skinny ass vegan that looks like she needs a sandwich. She looks weak. And I know we're going to have people say that size doesn't matter, but how you look matters in this business. I'm sorry, man. It just does. It don't mean everything in a predetermined sport, but look and size matters on some level. And I don't think Becky looks believably like an ass kicker. She's a great talker, great promo, good at selling fights, but she is not believable at all. I honestly think she should stop doing the manhandle slam. It doesn't go with her. But I honestly think if we're talking objectively accolades, impact, consistency, we got to give it to Charlotte Flair, whether you like it or not. She lives at the top. Everybody is trying to get to that level. Everybody's trying to get to that body of work. Now, I'll admit, the last year hasn't been perfect, but the woman's just getting back from her real first major injury. It hasn't been perfect, but even with that being said, as imperfect as it been, she pulled out a solid match out of Tiffy. It wasn't spectacular, but she still pulled out a pretty damn good match.
And it had real heat. Like,
yeah, it had real heat to it.
Don't have.
Only Charlotte could get real heat on matches like that because of who she is. And I honestly think that we let the internet cloud our judgment with Charlotte now. If we snapped the internet and it disappeared tomorrow and we didn't have these dirt sheets to say, she's hogging the spotlight, she makes herself champion, she does this, she's drinking, I bet you we would objectively all know that the women's division is not the same when Charlotte ain't there, man. She's just too Teflon. She brings a star power that not everybody there could duplicate. Very few could duplicate. And at the end of the day, Becky Lynch, man, you can't suck for as long as you sucked. Get good at around 2018 and then claim to be.
Oh my God! Hey, yo! One more point. I don't know if he passed the.
Keep going.
I just remember something.
Keep going.
I just remember something. Becky, during the initial brand split, remember they split the four horsewomen because Bayley was still on NXT. They had Sasha and Charlotte on Raw. Becky was supposed to be the face of SmackDown,
and she didn't do shit.
God took her spot. Alexa Bliss
and outshined her. Yep. Yeah.
Alexa Bliss
is making faces because he knows.
Mickey James took her spot.
Took her spot hard. Nobody was even talking about Becky or that then. Nobody. She was a bum.
And that was and ironically, that was my favorite version of Becky. Ironically.
That shit was ass.
It was horrible, bro. He said, "Excuse me."
So, I mean, what else is there to say?
There's nothing else to say, man.
Are we done yet?
I'm waiting, sir. Yes, I'm waiting for Ed to tell me.
All right, that was some good timing by y'all. Y'all made some good points. All right, team one, y'all got 6 minutes to make a rebuttal.
All right, this is all I'm gonna say. Then correct me or correct me not.
D-Walk, go. I got the last three.
Correct me or correct me not. Then they choose Becky Lynch and win 2 belts over Charlotte.
She did.
No. Then Charlotte get salty.
It's because she needed it. She needed that.
No, come on, man. Come on.
She needed
come
that.
On. Come on. Come on. Hey, then Charlotte get salty and throw the belt on the ground. And she got hit for that.
Hold on.
When they're switching belts over.
Hold on.
Time out.
Because if y'all asking questions, that's gonna give them more time to talk.
Right, don't ask us questions.
Yeah.
Y'all helping them because if y'all ask questions, they have the right to answer.
I know. No question, D-Walk. Please.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, well, okay. Let me start all over. Let me rewind. All right. Then Becky was the one that they wanted to carry, so that's why she had 2 belts. Becky 2 belts. Apparently, she was doing something good. Charlie was a sore fucking loser when they swapped the belts out. She threw the fucking belt on the ground. That's why she got back heat. We gonna talk about that? Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. This was a quote from February 2016 from Dave Meltzer talking about Becky Lynch. 2016, not 2018, where you guys said, oh, 2016, February. And I quote, Lynch is the one who was the key to the initially failing Divas Revolution, turning around. Her program with Charlotte may have been the best booked on the main roster, and it worked. The first letter of the first word of that quote was Lynch, not Charlotte. I want to put that out there. Becky two belts was the point that got things over. Charlotte just popping out with her robe, walking in, saying the ruse, walking out was the highlight of Charlotte's career from 2018 to 2021. Let's be real. Okay, and to the rebuttal, Charlotte's holding the division. That means you're crapping on all the NXT girls that came out of NXT from 2019 to 2024. Roxanne, Tiffy, Lyra, Asuka, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley. They all came out around that time and took the division when they went to the main roster to the big. Charlotte wasn't doing that shit. Charlotte wasn't like, oh, I'm going to take care of you. No, Charlotte was out for Charlotte's own damn neck. And because of that heat that she has, it's been bad for her for years. She had a major injury. She came back a different fucking face. What the fuck ever. I'm just saying that point just to be funny about that. But the reality is Becky has been unselfish in her career. Becky has done the work. Becky has done match after match after match. Becky was the first one in the Divas Revolution, stating up in facts, that pinned the Bellas. Becky was the only one that was in a group called PCB. Becky was the only one that with Paige, remember her? The one that actually boosted up the women's division, not Charlotte and not even Becky combined, but fucking Paige helped us. Yeah, the whole little Zach, right, whatever. The point I want to say is this. Why do we have to think that Charlotte, a person that has done moves, but to a point has to stop doing those moves because her body can't take it? Over and over and over. She has been consistent. Yes, consistently boring for years upon years upon years upon years. Becky also had a match with Ronda Rousey. Why aren't we talking about that? Oh, Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey was a good match. So was Becky versus Ronda Rousey. Charlotte versus Sasha. Sasha was sometimes the highlight of those matches. Bayley was sometimes the highlight of those matches. It was never always a Charlotte was the fucking ring general every single fucking time. Statistically, it can't happen. It just can't. So all I'm saying is that Becky, for the time it is, got punched in the face accidentally, became a star. Charlotte has never been punched in the face, has never been in any accident that has boosted her ratings. All she is a 14 to now there's going to be a 28 until she retires time champion because her name is Flair. Becky got over by her damn self. No promotion, not promotion, no name, no nepotism, no second or third generation. It was just her. And the timing of wrestlers that helped her along the way. I will be real and give them credit where it's due. Sasha, Bayley, Paige, Natalia, Emma, Roxanne Perez, Lyra Valkyrie, all Nia Jax, that dumb botch of a woman back in the day. Now she's gotten better. But back in the day, remember that she broke Charlotte's back? That happened too. Remember the time that she fought Charlotte and she would fuck her up over and over and over again, and it had real heat because Nia Jax was just a fuckery? It was never roses. I remember the whole era of the Daniel Bryan era to 2020, and it was all ups and downs. Remember when James Ellsworth won the belt for Carmella? Charlotte was around that time too. But where was Charlotte there to come pick that shit up?
And no, there's no way Charlotte should have beat Asuka. No way she'd have did that. She took credit away from that.
Yep. Asuka versus what's that crazy lady from the Wyatt Six was a better match than fucking for me personally. Asuka versus Charlotte for me, that was a better fucking match, and that was a last woman standing match. That's all I gotta say about that. Respectfully, I'm done.
All right. Excellent rebuttal. Before you guys go, my boy D walked off, and his phone shut off earlier. And the reason why I think his phone shut off because he doesn't have an iPhone charger. This is brought to you by iPhone chargers. This can charge your phone so damn quick. Yeah, never shut off when he had his iPhone charger. Fast charging.
Okay, so Team 2, y'all have 4 minutes to make y'all closing arguments. So the last thing I want to say.
All right, as far as Becky, man, I'm gonna just say this: a lot of her run, Becky is vastly overrated. Like I said, ironically, her best run was her first run during the initial brand split on SmackDown. Her run as the man was super manufactured. Not to go there like that, but it is telling that she won the title the same against two believable stars, super forced, and she beat one by roll up. And not only that, she won on the same event where we crowned the quote unquote first African American champion, which is literally false, literally factually incorrect. So that's kind of going. It was kind of manufactured. Then after her reign wasn't all that, because her reign outside of the Lacey Evans, Seth Rollins, Baron Corbin intergender tag match, Extreme Rules match, that was the highlight of it. Outside of that, of course, her title reign was incomplete. She had to give it up due to pregnancy. She got pregnant, so she didn't even have a full run. And after that, she wrestles good wrestler. She has not carried one solid match. So she's not even on the tier of, she's a tier below Mickie James, in my opinion. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead, Dave.
And I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of y'all arguments contain a lot of made up information. She had a baby and then she had a baby and she came back killing. She had that fucking baby 5 years ago. Y'all are talking like this woman just gave birth 9 months ago. She had that baby 5 years ago. It hasn't been killing it all that much when she's been here. She's been in and out, in and out. Charlotte had a knee injury. What's her excuse lately? Oh, you want to write a book, then you want to come back, then you want to bitch about Twitter comments, then you want to come back. Like, what's Becky's excuse for not consistently producing good television? I want to know, because it hasn't been injuries, man. She had that baby 5 years ago. I keep hearing you guys say she had the baby and she came back and was killing it.
Promos. Let's give promos outside of Charlotte with no Charlotte involved.
There's not that many. There's not that many. And honestly, up until the Lyra program, Becky wasn't doing much on the microphone. And in the ring, keep it a buck. I honestly think Lyra helped her shine in the ring because Lyra's really technically gifted and talented in the ring. So we keep saying that she gave birth and snapped back. No, she didn't. That's a lie. And second of all, I'm going to close it with this. Y'all keep saying Becky evolved. She didn't need the machine. There would be no Becky 2 belts if it wasn't for the machine. The same machine that you guys bitch about and hate that you say is behind Charlotte is the machine Becky needed to be who she is right now. So the very thing you hate, that's who Becky is right now. And to put a pin in it, ultimately, at the end of the day, Becky had to evolve because she was so low at the bottom. Charlotte don't have to evolve because she got her shit together and is a star. When you're a star and you always draw interest, you don't have to evolve that much. Becky constantly has to evolve. I'm done.
She hasn't evolved with this last heel run, by the way.
All right. So we have team 1. Y'all have a chance to make y'all closing arguments.
But hey, go ahead, Alex. It sounds like they've been sucking up too much cards off fumes.
Hold on, not yet.
Wait, I know. Yes, sir.
But after y'all brush y'all teeth, make sure y'all get y'all some mouthwash. Scope presented by Press.
Man, we doing better than Michael Cole and Pat McAfee these fucking ass.
Hey, man, they need to start paying y'all a sponsor, man. Y'all
Make sure to
sponsor.
drink some Cristallian water to drink it all down.
Hey,
Cristallian water.
It keeps you from being extra. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Y'all
man.
sponsoring Jergens lotion.
Now, we're just doing random sponsors here. That's cool, man. All right. You like alcohol?
Oh, damn. I got to go get some.
Anyway, it's really cheap. It's on special right now. Go look at supermarkets. My closing points are this. The ratio of Becky Lynch promos to Charlotte promos being good or not boring, wide margin. I'm going to say that. 2, in the time that before she became the man, I just found this out and I got to go through the history books. She beat Charlotte 3 times back to back to back and on Evolution and before that. And then she became the man before she was calling herself the man before she got punched by Nia Jax and before the invasion. For everything that's been said about Becky Lynch, the Machine, it wasn't the Machine. The Machine was Vince McMahon. Up until he left, it was Vince McMahon that chose and picked all the matches and to really see who was really going to be the person that was going to be the star. And at certain points, Vince McMahon chose Becky over Charlotte, over a person that you're saying is a star. Because Vince McMahon probably saw, okay, I have Charlotte Flair, who's a Flair that's always going to be here because she's a Flair and, whatever. But I have all these three women that came out naturally who are blowing up naturally, and my damn daughter is saying that I have to push a women's revolution. So I'll push fucking Becky and Sasha. I always go to Vince McMahon voice. I'm sorry. For Becky, yeah, she had a baby, and then she came back. But like I said, she has been given the chance and the honor to be like, look, you've done the work. You've done everything that we've told you to do. You've never complained. You've done everything and over superseded sometimes. And sometimes you failed, but the majority of times you've superseded on promos. You've given us money. You've made us money. Go have your baby come back and then do what you need to do. We need you to go to NXT and then push some other people called Lyra Valkyrie. Okay, I'll push her. Lyra Valkyrie, by the way, I love her as a wrestler. Really cool. Reminds me of like a female Dean Malenko. I do like that. But she's as stale as crackers. Just stale. And every time she comes up with the bird thing, it just buries her more and more. You're just called Bird Lady now. You don't need to have that when you're 45 and wrestling.
She made me want to go against Popeyes.
What I'm saying about exactly. And this, I wish we had a button for that. But for Becky, she has been here and will be here. And guess what? If she leaves the company and goes to AEW for whatever amount they give her, she's going to make people go over there and see her. Guaranteed. And when BBL Bailey leaves, and when she goes over there to BBL AEW, they're going to become watching over there. And as Charlotte, as much as a star as she is, she got a lot of divorce money that she has to pay. So eventually she's going to go to AEW. And then she'll be just called Flair. And that's fine. But guess what? The money that I want to see watching in AEW is Becky. The point that Charlotte has never changed, sure, she has never changed. She doesn't need to change. Guess what? John Cena never changed for 20 years, and he got so boring that he ironically got unboring. That's the point of John Cena. So if you want Charlotte Flair to become another John Cena, sure, we'll just have her for the next 10 years and do the same thing over and over and over again. Ric Flair had a unique difference between him and his daughter. He can do the same thing over and over again, but the motherfucker was never stale. The motherfucker was never stale. 70s, 80s, 90s, coked at 2000s. He was never stale. His daughter is. By the consensus of even the comments here, some of them are agreeing. My closing statement is that. Well, she's 28 now. She'll be Bird Lady when she's 35 in TNA.
John Cena still ain't changed his gimmick. John Cena still ain't changed his gimmick. That motherfucker 53 still trying to rap.
Ironically, I'm done. Exactly, I'm done.
Yeah,
Because hold on. As you know what, Kai, you go first.
Yo, pin that comment Ray put up, bro. Pin that comment Ray put up. That's all we gotta say.
Hey, Kai, I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say first. Hey,
okay, so
Ray,
go ahead.
There's no way you heard that debate and objectively think me and Reg lost that. There's no way. That's all I can say.
Hey, listen,
Ray,
man, I gotta.
Hey, hold on, Ray. You better watch your mouth about Lyra.
Lyra's ass. All right, y'all. That was a great debate, man. I think this was one of the more. All the debates we did so far have been great, but that one was this one was definitely a lot of facts, a lot of information. A lot of back and forth. I really enjoyed. Let me see. For the Becky side, I in my opinion, I think it's easier to, as far as the debate goes, to argue that Becky is better because there are so many different things you could attack the Charlotte one with, especially with the personal shit. You got to throw in personal shit to get Charlotte Flair over because Charlotte Flair is so OP. But with that being said, though, I do think the Charlotte Flair argument had points that I didn't even think would be brought up. So I will say, I think team 2 that was arguing for Charlotte had a little bit better points, but I think the Becky argument, I think if y'all would have brought that shit back to I would have just focused. Y'all didn't even bring up the big time Bex thing. I think y'all should have brought up big time Bex because the evolution of Becky's character is probably the main argument you could use against Charlotte Flair, really, because she's been essentially the same shit since she started wearing a robe and shit.
I said that.
You know, I don't remember the big time Bex argument. I think y'all should have brought that up for real.
I don't think you brought that up.
I did. I said that at the beginning. I said she transitioned from 3 different stages.
I didn't hear.
Oh shit! Oh, man, maybe I was tripping, but no, I don't know. It was a good debate, but I think the Charlotte team was doing some good work in that shit. Good debate overall, though.
Y'all got lucky this time.
But hold on, it's a good debate, but I gotta go with team 2 with Rage and did with Rage and Dave for a few reasons. Because I think the nepotism argument don't really matter because you can really use that for a lot of people. Because nepotism it can get you there, but it's not gonna keep you there. She was talented enough to stay there on her own. That's why I'm not really supporting the nepotism argument. Because people say the same thing about Jey Uso, about Randy Orton, all these other people. Like nepotism won't keep you there. Like you have to actually put in the work to stay. It can get you there, but it won't keep you there. And then I think the personal stuff, that's just not wrestling related. Like when I'm looking at them as wrestlers, and I do like more, but I think they're interchangeable, to be honest. Like I think you can make a solid argument for both, but I do think Dave and Red won this debate.
But It's about the chat. Chat team, put ones in the chat for who the fuck was team 1?
We gotta start making it about the chat because the chat has their biases, bro. They're not gonna look outside their biases.
Right.
They're not gonna look outside their biases.
Hold on.
Ask them. Team 1 was Becky. Team 2 was Charlotte.
If the screen sucks ass, why is you here?
There you go. Or just put Becky or Charlotte in the chat.
Get CC out of here, then.
Yeah, kiss my ass, CC. Your own ass to swipe right's ball.
Yeah, kick that nigga out, Ed. Kick that nigga out.
I can't man for some reason.
I love the unity and hate for the CC.
Hold on, I'm a mod. I'll help you, bro. Don't worry, I got you, CC.
Right, we got a couple ones. We got a couple twos.
Respect Devon. 2 but neutral. I got that. Team Becky.
But what's 2
I
again?
get that. Thank you guys. You know,
the 2 is Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just put Becky or Charlotte. The same thing. You got a couple things.
Oh, he not in yet, chat. Oh, you a bitch. You gonna run? Bitch ass.
Yeah.
He said run.
He ran.
I'm about to gain your whole ass.
Stratford.
Hey, it's looking like Charlotte. The chat.
Also, for the first Earl of Stratford, I wanted to say this quick. I know that you were laughing because I compared Sol Ruka to Charlotte. If you look at Sol Ruka's finisher, it's actually Charlotte's finisher, but backwards. If you remember that,
the natural selection, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you're telling me that that's not the evolution of Charlotte there?
1, 2.
Come on, I love Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka is the future. I'm sorry, she is the her and Kaylani. If she get her fucking act straight, the fucking future.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. From what I'm looking, it's hella 2s in the chat. I'm not gonna hold you.
Man, this shit rigged. This shit rigged.
Y'all team 2.
No, let's go.
It's looking like the chat looking like, damn, Charlotte is that chick. That's what it sounds like.
That shit rigged.
Yes, Charlotte. Yeah. So
that was a good debate, though, man.
It was a hell of a debate, but there's no way y'all beat us. Yeah. Good job, guys.
No, also, if we don't, I respectfully understand that. There's a lot more history between Becky. And again, if we went to win-loss record, Becky has beaten Charlotte more than Charlotte has beaten Becky.
That's a point y'all could have brought up head to head.
No, but it didn't need to be said by like the stats. It should have been said by like the character as a person. It's all right. It's my first ever debate since other times, so I conclude that I didn't do that well. I'm fine with that. If I lose, in the chat, you better give me those number ones. Give me those number ones for Becky, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bomb the chat. Anyway,
nigga, Drew, did you vote twice? And Becky still lost. That's crazy.
That nigga Jude's trying to rig the votes, bro.
That nigga voted twice and y'all still. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie though.
I counted the votes, including me and Kyle's
Thank
votes.
you,
And Red and Dave win 12-4.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey yo,
I ain't gonna lie,
Rex, we make a good team, bro. We might have to do this again.
Yeah, man. Anybody that got a debate, like anybody, any content creator, any wrestling content creator that got a staunch opinion, come to the family. We can arrange a stream. We can arrange it where it benefits us all, and we can have a friendly debate.
And we got sponsors.
We can even, if you really want, we can either have my guy Couch or Ed. You can bring one. We can have one moderator on each team. You can have a foreign moderator, and we can have a domestic moderator.
Y'all lucky, bro.
Let us know.
I was gonna step in too. I'm happy D-Walk stepped in because I'm telling you, bro. I think it's easier to debate Becky though, like from a standpoint of.
How she was bad. She was bad the first half of her career.
No, but I'm talking about from a debate standpoint. I got Charlotte as better, but from a debate standpoint, it's easier to get Becky because her moments are more like in your face. Charlotte shit, you really gotta go back.
And this is another thing we should have mentioned, but this don't need to be said either. It's really a fact. It's really an unsaid fact that Becky is way more over with the IWC. So
yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Exactly. Thank you, Reg. Becky is very pro IW. Becky is very pro IWC. Charlotte is very the IWC hates her.
Yep.
Y'all know what y'all should have did though. Y'all didn't bring up the fact that
should do in light of the NBA Finals. Cap you a jersey. Any team.
Yeah, he got back jerseys. He got back. Yeah, he put on back jerseys.
Hey, Dave and Rage, what y'all didn't do though? Y'all should have brought up the fact that Charlotte Flair gave Rhea Ripley her best match, and I think that would have won automatically because if you would compare the Charlotte versus Rhea versus Charlotte versus Becky, that shit would have wiped the whole argument out of the water. Because Charlotte is the reason why Rhea took off after that shit. Y'all should elaborate on that shit.
We kind of keep brought that up.
They could have said that, but Becky was sick, so I don't count that match.
Yeah, and damn, that's a good point. But here's the point I want to say. Speaking of Charlotte versus Rhea, there's a channel on YouTube called, I'm not giving a plug, whatever, but it's just three women who are watching wrestling for the first time, mostly women matches. The first match they watched was Charlotte versus Rhea, and next week is going to be Becky versus Charlotte. Yeah, exactly. The normies. Like, they just watched the Money in the Bank 2024.
I don't think. Well,
okay, I don't want to put free plugs, but
they cool.
Let's. If we want to talk about this, we don't gotta go. This debate is over now. But
of course,
if we talk about bad Charlotte matches versus bad Becky matches, it ain't even close.
Oh, there's a couple bad Becky matches, mostly between 2014
and
2016.
Bad Becky matches.
Yeah.
Her
steampunk character was ass to me. I don't care nobody. That shit was fucking
ass.
Garbage. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit was doo-doo.
In my opinion, and me personally, Becky best rivalry in her wrestling and WWE was against Lacey Evans, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And it's sad that
Lacey Evans was kind of underrated though. Lacey
was.
They should have booked her.
Yeah, bro. I wish Lacey was still here.
Over than Becky, bro. She's more over than Becky at that.
It was just Vince booking. Like, let's make her a fucking soldier and like really push that to the moon. I'm like, yeah, but it's just make her a fucking just a fighter. Like, it would have been cool that she was a fighter.
Becky during that run, she had her and Baron Corbin was supposed to because of course Baron wasn't gonna lose. Brock was still there, but Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans was supposed to win that rivalry. They're supposed to win that feud for sure.
Her best feud of what?
Exactly.
I know you're not talking about the best feud of Becky's career was Lyra. Nah, that's cap. Hell no. Hell no,
dude.
If we talk about
best feud with her against Bailey, like just
I thought the round shit was crazy.
This is another thing, Dave. If you're still there, this is something else we should have brought up. Yeah, this is not. Y'all better hope this Becky and Bailey rivalry deliver because we've already seen Charlotte with all the 4 horsewomen. So we haven't seen a Becky versus Bailey feud. So who's going to carry this feud? Bailey.
Yeah, just for a little bit because again, Bailey hasn't signed the contract yet, so it's just all based on Becky's probably going to beat Bailey because again that happens, and then you go on. The Becky holding this Intercontinental belt, what she needs to do is like elevate it, kind of like what the Miz does with when he had it, and really push it out there. Like I'm the man, and I'm the man with this belt, so I'm the best wrestler out there. Even crapping on Tiffy, even crapping on the other on Io, just putting it out there. Like, if you really want to elevate the Intercontinental belt, Becky, you treat it like the Miz. You treat it like it is the holy grail, and no one can touch it. That's it. Or treat it like Obo. Like you're the rule.
Hold on.
Hey, did y'all see Oscar's name that was in the Women's King of the Ring?
Hold on, wait. Yes, Ed, go.
Bailey still got a year and a half left on her contract. So,
yep.
Bailey's gonna carry this feud. You heard what I said, Dave? I said they better hope Becky got a good feud with Bailey because we've already seen Charlotte versus all the other horsewomen.
Facts.
Wait.
Okay. Bleach, you tripping? Yeah. Bailey was during.
I was about to say the same thing.
Bailey was a main eventer.
Yeah, Bailey's a main event. We haven't seen Becky cook with Bailey yet, so we'll see.
Not yet. Yeah. And again, look at Bailey. Bailey became more popular because of BBL Bailey, just because of that alleged thing that might have happened. We don't know, but we just
Wait, hold on, I got a question. Didn't we ban Bleach fan last week?
Bleach fan, I thought y'all did, bro. I was sure about to. We don't do chances. Nah, he said some wild shit. Ed, that's on you, bro. Get him out of here.
What the hell?
Ed, that's you, bro.
I can't ban him for some reason.
Or kind of one of y'all, bro. Like, but I was showing.
Might be somebody else.
Anything. Like he been here for the whole time. He ain't said nothing crazy. But the last time, I can't. We can't trust you, bro. You gotta get out of here.
I had timed him out last time.
Yeah. Okay. Stratford, you can do that with your powers. Just press on the
name. I knew this whole
time. Bro, he's calling Bailey a mid card. Are you wildin'?
No, you crazy.
Right now. Hey, we got eyes on you, but for sure we gonna make sure you out of here permanently next time.
Like just even going back to the origin of Bailey when she was a main eventer, when she had to fight Asuka twice to win the belt, and that pushed her to the fucking moon. Then when she went up to the main roster, she had the whole like I'm happy and I'm hugging thing, and she admitted that she hated that thing. But right after that, she became the Bailey that we know now, like badass Bailey, hanging out with Io Sky and Kairi Sane and Asuka, and then getting betrayed by those people. Like a storyline has been going on for years. Bailey has been doing her, and then she went to NXT to have some fun over there, just like Becky did. Had a great match with Roxanne. Had a great match with a couple other people over there. What are you talking about? She's always been a main eventer. It's just that now you're pushing Io Sky because Io Sky is like the perfect wrestler that will never fail, never get hurt, never do anything wrong. So you just use her to the moon. And you have Tiffy because it's Tiffy. That's it. After Tiffy, then it'll be Bailey. After come on. And again, like Ed said, Bailey's contract is a year and a half left.
Alex, I'm glad you just said that name because the only person, in my opinion, that Becky has elevated, and to an extent, it was only two the main roster from NXT was Tiffany Stratton. That's probably
true.
That's probably a few you can credit her for like elevating somebody.
Yeah. And she did that because she wanted to. Not because they told her to, but still at the same time.
I see Bill on Lyra because Becky couldn't elevate her.
Yep.
No, I'll give Becky this. Becky, when she was a heel beefing with Bianca Belair, she elevated Bianca Belair a little bit.
Yeah.
She elevated Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I agree with you.
I gotta give it to her.
Y'all should have said that.
Y'all should have said that. I was waiting for y'all to bring that up.
Y'all would have got it. Y'all would have got some more votes if y'all said y'all would have.
Her and Bianca Belair killed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bleach fan, you cannot compare her to Natalia. Natalia's in a whole other league by itself, and Natalia has never had multiple title reigns like Bailey. And and you tend to forget at one point during the career of wrestling, she was a fucking champion. She held the belt for multiple times and held it for long periods. That means, in essence, she was a main eventer. As people don't really like Jay as much, I don't give a fuck. He had the World Heavyweight Championship belt. That means, in essence, he's a main eventer. Like it or not, belts signify main events.
That is true, Azale Ray. Bailey don't got a true rival, but do Becky got a true rival? Charlotte not her true rival, bro. Charlotte is not Becky's true rival, bro. No.
Sasha is Bailey's rival. And Sasha's gone.
If Bailey don't got a true rival, who is Becky's true rival?
Wait, Bailey true rival would be Mercedes on that.
Bailey true rival would be
it would be Mercedes,
She got because she got several gimmicks though. That was over 10 years ago, Ed. Nah, that's not her getting. Nah, we can't say that.
But I mean, but who would it be now?
That was an NXT. They didn't have a rivalry on the main roster like that. So we can't even say that.
No, they still kept it going. They still kept it going for years.
No, they didn't have a rivalry.
I think it's like a weird, it's like a weird diamond situation where
she walked out before they got a payoff.
Yeah,
they didn't have a Bailey don't have. Well, yeah, you can say you can't. I would say more Bianca more so than Sasha. For Bailey,
yeah, Cordell, Watch TV, you're right. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Bailey, but Bailey never got a win, so that's crazy.
Yeah, Bailey never got a win though. Yeah, that was really to put over Bianca. Yeah, Bailey and Becky don't have two rivals, and the four horsewomen are overrated. Okay, that's the conclusion of this conversation.
All right, so let's change the topic because Kai made this video yesterday, I think. But can there be a GOAT in a predetermined sport?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Ric Flair.
If you watch it, of course. If you watch it and know how to judge it, of course.
It's called Macho Man.
Although it's predetermined, there's stuff that aren't predetermined that they compete over. You know, they're competing for crowd reactions. They're competing for spots on the card. They're they're competing for merch sales. They get extra piece of money for that. So there's a competition component.
So
now hold on, wait a minute now.
What's y'all criteria? What's y'all criteria?
Context is key.
You got another sponsor?
Yeah, I brought that. So I made that video. It wasn't really about can there be a GOAT. Of course, there could be a GOAT of wrestling, but mainly what I was trying to drive home is that how can you not consider somebody like The Miz the GOAT if the motherfucker's a two-time Grand Slam?
The Miz more of a GOAT than CM Punk is. Any day.
That's what I'm saying. Two-time Grand Slam. Merchandise sales.
The Miz is way better than CM Punk. Please.
How is The Miz not the GOAT then? The Rock was never no fucking two-time Grand Slam. So why is The Miz not in that kind of, I don't think he is, but I'm just saying, like, when people do the GOAT shit, they go with what's the most popular shit.
There's no clear criteria.
Miz over CM Punk too.
Because what I was saying is, let's say your biggest criteria is 50% character work. Then Sting and Undertaker should be in your top two because they have some of the best character work of all time. So it's really no criteria when it comes to that for most people.
Sting is different though because Sting was, if you compare the two versions of Sting, if you compare Surfer Sting and then like the Crow Sting. Surfer Sting was a good wrestler. It wasn't the GOAT. It was a good worker, good technical guy, good crowd pleaser.
Was false claiming as the locker room leader.
That's true. But then if you go to the
I gotta slide out, man. I got a birthday party to go to.
Have a great day.
Y'all keep going. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. Chat. Y'all make sure y'all stay up in the chat, man. I'll see y'all. If my shit turn off, make sure I go to Influential Sports so y'all can get it. But I gotta be up out of here, man. I'll see y'all later.
Be safe.
Yo, peace.
Now, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about The Miz because, I know that people say that he's the GOAT and everything else. I have always considered The Miz to be, and I only say this because I can only use this by belt standards. He's the GOAT of the Intercontinental level. In my opinion, like he always was the best up into that level. Like Macho Man, for me, is the GOAT in Intercontinental, and then a little bit more to main event, but he never had the time frame to do it. He had a little bit of time, and then Hulk Hogan was there, so that made it worse. But for The Miz, for me, I don't know. I see him as like a 7.5 out of 10 for me. If you look, Stone Cold's like a 9, The Rock's a 9, Undertaker's a 9, Crow Sting is like a 9.5 because he could have died every single time he came off the rope. Every single time he could have died. So like that was always scary. You know.
But you gotta get Stone Cold a 10. You gotta get Stone Cold. Think about this. We was watching TV where he's beating his own boss ass. He's beating the boss. Who would love to beat their boss ass at work?
He's a 9. He's a 9 for me.
I got a question for the chat though. So during the debate, y'all wanted to bring, but in the chat, y'all wanted to bring up Charlotte personal stuff. You could do the same for CM Punk. He left a company and trashed him for 10 years and then came back. So why are y'all not keeping the same energy?
But he had a reason to. They fucked his back up.
Money?
No, it was a staph infection thing, and then they fired him on his wedding day, and then ultimately CM Punk, and then ultimately CM Punk came back for money.
No more, ultimately, man.
He's a money maker. I've never respected CM Punk as a person. So I look at CM Punk as just a money holder. Like you bring him in because he will bring in money, he will bring in merch, he will bring in pops. People know the song. Wrestling diehards will buy a ticket to watch him no matter what. That's the only reason that the Punk's like, again, I never liked his wrestling. He was only great in AEW because he made the pops, the match with MJF where he came on ROH clothing. That was pretty cool. That was a moment.
His promos.
He make moments.
No, that's not normal though. You don't
promos. Yeah, promos are moments.
No, that's not normal. Those two different things. Yeah. Talking trash about your job and trashing a company for 10 years is two different things. You cannot compare the two. And y'all keep saying the Miz don't have no classic rivalries. What about him and Dolph Ziggler?
The Miz got classic rivalries. The
Miz got classic.
Miz and Dolph Ziggler in 2016.
Wait a minute, the Miz and Dolph Ziggler, right?
Yeah, a whole bunch of them.
The Miz and they didn't necessarily have a rivalry, but the Miz and John Morrison, that was a nice mid-card rivalry. The Miz and who else? The Miz and John Cena. Who else? The Miz and
Sandow.
Damien Sandow, right? The Miz and who else?
That was the best I remembered. That was awesome.
He tried to get Alex Riley over, but Cena buried him. Oh God.
When Miz and R-Truth was together. When Miz and R-Truth were tag team champions.
Yeah. You saying it don't matter, but nobody answered my question earlier. And he the one that decided to come back. He ain't have to come back.
Yep. What I gotta say about that? Because it's true. Like, look, as much as I don't like CM Punk, like he has his own sins, and he needs to deal with that while coming back to the company. If he ever leaves, what probably he will in the next few years, he'll go crawling back to AEW with an extended pay cut.
CM Punk, unless he ain't doing like an agent role, or he definitely not gonna be no writer. He ain't gonna do no ambassador role or nothing. He done after this contract.
Yeah, but look at R-Truth. No one's safe.
R-Truth should have kept his ass out.
Like that's the part I got scared of. Like CM Punk can say, "Oh, I'm gonna stay here, do everything," and then Tico's like, "You know what? You're wasting our money. You're wasting our thing. You're getting cut by." Because they can do it to anybody now. Imagine like if I always like Joe Biancio said this. Shout out to Joe Biancio. The contract renewal for Roman Reigns is coming up, and they're not gonna give him the same amount.
No, they said no. They said they ain't doing no Roman Reigns. They said they're not doing it. They're not Roman Reigns ain't getting touched. They said Roman Reigns not getting touched about his contract.
That's bullshit. He doesn't deserve $15 million. He doesn't deserve fucking $15 million.
I mean, we can't determine what they deserve and what they do.
I don't say what he deserve. I'm just talking about the logistics of himself in the company. That's it. I don't really care. I don't really care. You don't get what you deserve, and you get what you negotiate. So
he trying to do.
Give it to him. If they give it to him, he deserve that shit. So
a man who wrestling and then he still fighting cancer. Come on, bro.
No, I get that. But like the cuts that you are doing for all these wrestlers now are affecting all the main event guys right now. All these guys that you're still keeping are either getting worn out or getting stale. and all the guys that you cut that you could have given like maybe a year and a half more time and polish would have been up in the main roster to actually been helping you guys, and you could have buried them then, but you still they would have been here now.
Oh, I'm still tripping on why Nikita Line is still there.
Oh no, she's not here. Remember, she's in Evolve. She doesn't exist anymore
She's
except
still part of the
in the
company.
Evolve sphere. Okay,
She's still part of the company.
Yo,
and Evolve.
Everybody that's still here, Alex and Flint, y'all got YouTube channels?
You said what happened?
Check out my channel. Yeah, check out my channel, Rican Reactions, RICAN space reactions.
Plug y'all channels,
and check
man.
out Mr. D-Walk, Mr. Flint 810. I'll put it in the comments right now. I'll put it on Mr. D-Walks. I got you, man.
Everybody follow us, man.
And check out Influential Sports. Please give him a like. Get him to 1,000, guys.
Of course, the host of the debate.
And Mr. Reg.
Last but not least, subscribe to everybody. Thank Kai for keeping up his stream still. We ain't gonna be out here too long because he still is right. We're gonna let it rock. But everybody subscribe to us. I just subscribed to you, Rican. I just subscribed
thank
to
you,
you.
sir.
Appreciate it.
What's your YouTube, bro?
My YouTube is Mr. Yeah, he put it in chat. Hey, Alex, we doing a show tonight?
Not tonight. We're doing a kick uncensored tomorrow.
All right.
And
I might work all day, bro.
I know.
I'm at work till 9. I'm 9 to 9.
All right. That's what I say tonight we're taking a break for the first time ever in like 17 weeks. Taking a break.
That's still in the chat. Subscribe to our channels.
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe.
And by the way,
for the people still here, we'll probably
Influential Sports, Reg. Yeah.
I probably ended in about 26 minutes. So ask y'all questions, ask whatever questions y'all have so we can answer them.
Okay.
Yeah. Flint, what's yours? Is Mr. Flint?
Before I do anything, you guys, I was gonna say this. Influential Sports. Sorry about that. Sorry, Influential Sports. If you can, you are invited for next week's Evolve podcast post review. If you can make it next week, it's gonna be on Sunday. Episode 16. We're gonna have Charles, CJ, EOD Wrestling Hub. Try and be nice little. I'm gonna ask Black Couch Book if he wants to come. As you as well, Rage Man Reg. You want to come pass by? Just watch Evolve next week, and then you can pass by if you want.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Yeah.
I have one question. Of course, I have a question. Where I know you guys are talking about the King of the Ring and stuff like that. We talked about that in the beginning and everything else. After whoever wins, who is going to go after the belts? Like if an example, like if I don't know, Cody Rhodes or whoever wins the fucking thing. Yeah.
Cody, I hate to say this, but Sami Zayn kind of has to be the one to win King of the Ring because if you're in a situation where let's just say Jay advances on Monday, you then got Jay versus Cody and Randy versus Sami. You have 3 former world champions, which I hate how they put the King of the Ring. But I think regardless of who wins it, you're going to see the same people in that title picture. Like, I don't think it's really going to be much changing. Like, if Jay Uso loses, then boom, just put him back in the tag team division. But then it's like if Cody goes after the title, it was a different way he could have got here. But it's still going to be, because I don't know how much time Drew McIntyre taking off, because he should definitely be in the world title picture. I think LA Knight, he held his own in that promo on SmackDown. So I think he could be in there, but it's going to be weird how they get there. I don't really know who could be in the world title picture aside from the people in King of the Ring.
Wow, that's true, man. I agree with that.
I'm still pissed about Karrion Kross. They ain't doing shit with Karrion Kross. I'm pissed about that shit.
Talk about that.
Man, he doing this stuff. This is best of his promo. When he do his promo, bro, he give me Bray Wyatt vibe. Like, I don't understand why not using him. Like, come on. Y'all could have had him in the King of the Ring. Y'all could have y'all could have put him in the Money in the Bank.
Him and this was their last chance for him and Karrion. King of the Ring was Karrion's, Cross's, and LA Knight's last chance, in my opinion. Like, how else they gonna get in the title match? Mid-card or world title? How they gonna get a title match?
Yeah.
I hope I hope they actually do something with LA Knight because the promo was really good. But if ain't gonna win the match. What was the point of him doing the segment?
And I tell you what though, let Goldberg beat Gunther. I'm shooting my pistol in the house. Empty the clip right here. I'm gonna be.
Now,
That's the dumbest shit ever.
They won't do that because that's Goldberg's last match. So they just gonna get it out the way. Almost.
I hope Goldberg don't need to win another title. To me, that's burying fucking wrestlers.
Nah,
You're gonna hurt your own wrestler. You're gonna hurt Gunther if you fight.
I mean, but that time, though, just like when Goldberg wasn't supposed to beat Bray Wyatt, I was pissed when Goldberg beat Bray Wyatt.
Right.
When he beat the Fiend, my bad. When he beat the Fiend,
like in the history,
I
that
don't
was the
think it's gonna
dumbest
happen
thing
again.
ever.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna beat Goldberg. I mean, Goldberg gonna beat Goldberg. Goldberg is retiring, man. Luther gonna retire Goldberg.
Yeah, it make the most sense.
Yeah. Goldberg being Luther.
Now, I do have a question right now. Since we talk about the 4 horsewomen, who are your new 4 horsewomen now, currently? And you can go NXT as well because it still connects in a weird way.
I don't even know right now.
I don't think there is a new 4 horsewoman.
Ain't no for horsewomen, right? You can only be one. A horsewoman is just like this is really like the founding women, the founding females of the women's division, or modern day with WWE women's division, and they can only be one.
Yeah, I think it's always just gonna be Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bayley because they revolutionized women's wrestling when they came in. I don't think it'll ever be 4 other women that did what they did.
No, I obviously, but like the ones that like took the pillars and like are now holding the company. I have 4.
Yeah, the best 4 women's wrestlers basically is what you asking.
is one of them you gonna say Rhea and Bianca?
Yeah, Rhea, Bianca, Io, and I say this now because her track record's impeccable, Stephanie. Because she came in, she did 3 matches in 3 days and still did the Money in the Bank and still came out 2 days later on Monday. Like the girl is consistent. And they were gonna push her to the moon, but she says, I want to go to NXT first to learn NXT. And then for me, those 3. Asuka, but Asuka's been there for so long, I would put Asuka in replacement of Stephanie if we go by like honesty.
Hey, but did y'all see Asuka in the women's?
Because Liv Morgan's been doing the work.
Y'all see Asuka's name in the women's King of the Ring?
Yeah. She probably won't. They spoiled that in that match. Wait, but some of the names y'all saying in the chat don't make sense. Naomi been there longer than all the people we named. So Naomi not no new crop of people. She probably gonna have a kid soon too. So I can't put Naomi in that. And Io and Asuka been wrestling for a little minute. So I'm trying to see.
Right, and they ain't horsewomen of the WWE division.
Yeah.
We're talking about the WWE division, not women's wrestling.
Yeah, and Leah Morgan, she was at the first Women's Evolution, so I'm not considering Leah Morgan either.
Okay, I bet like new people. Then yeah, I would put. Well, Naomi's been here for so long though, for so long. Fuck.
Probably Rhea, Bianca, and they might just be a big 2 because they didn't build up Raquel like they should have. I'm not putting her in that crowd. I'm not putting her.
Yeah, it'll be Rhea, Bianca. There's gotta be 2 other women that would have been there that have been doing the work, but damn, I can't think of anyone right now. None of the new ones, not at all.
Io?
Oh. No, you have to consider not Io too, because Io is part of the, yeah.
Io International.
Yeah. So it's Rhea. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I can't think of no other.
I would say, but Roxanne just got there, so it's not Roxanne. Yeah. That sucks. I can't think of anybody.
It can't be
either. Like just
just pick your best. Instead of 4 horsewomen, just pick 4 of your favorite. Like
it can't be Alexa Bliss or Leah Morgan. They was at the first Evolution.
Yeah, anyone that was in the first Evolution cannot be considered the new pillars. Like they have to be someone between 2022 to now, 2021 to now. It has to be like the last 4 years. Some people that's been here, that are still here. Not just left, they are still here, still doing the work 4 years later. And that's the problem. Rhea and Bianca have been doing this for about 4 years, but shit, I can't even think of anything. That's a good point. I feel bad. Damn, I feel bad. Honestly, there's no one else. Can't put any of the new girls. Can't put any. Can't at all. Okay, well there you go. Yeah, put two. But yeah, that's true. No, but Lyra's been here. Well, maybe Lyra's just got here. She just got here. Like, nope. And Tiffany. Tiffany just got here too, like a year ago. Just came from NXT.
But NXT is still part of WWE, so that
maybe put that down. I would say Roxanne Perez. She was holding NXT for like 2 years, just because. And then, I would put Roxanne, and then I would have to put Tiffany because they no, not really, no, Roxanne. That's it. Yeah. Not Lyra, because again, Lyra, I guess so, but Lyra's been and Tiffany's been as well. Certain points.
Now Lyra had a better run than Tiffany Stratton. Like, I don't know. Lyra has been good this year.
Well, you don't count NXT UK because most of them are gone. That's why I don't count that Stratford. Most of NXT UK girls are all gone, -1. That's it. No, NXT should count because most of the girls that came from 2016 and up would use NXT belts as a standing point. Oh, she was a former NXT champion, and this and this and this. Almost all the girls that came from out the NXT, most of them were NXT champions. Some of them, like Carmella or Emma, I keep saying Emma, sorry, Carmella and all the other ones, they were just jobbers in a sense, just people that came up. That's all. Liv Morgan was a random woman that she came herself. Alexa Bliss as well. She was never a champion in NXT. But she did her thing up here. You know, they didn't name one star. They can say they beat you. Okay. Okay, Bleach fan. And Lee Charlotte lost to Nikki. Okay, all right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting out too because I have to stop because chili for my girlfriend. You guys keep talking it up. I want to give a shout out to Sports. I know, man. Rage Man Reg and Mr. Flint and Black Couch Booking and the Dave for just putting it out there. As I always say, check out the podcast for Underappreciated Wrestling fans. Check out NXT Time with D-Walk Wednesdays at 9:30, whether you like it or not. And check out the post-review Evolve podcast on Sundays or Thursdays, depending on scheduling. Stay healthy, stay happy. Wrestling is real to me, damn it. And if you don't like that, I don't want to live without you. Bye.
Yes, likewise, boys. It was a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Man. And look forward to joining y'all next time, man. Everybody,
yeah, come on, man. Like we normally do it Wednesdays and Saturdays. Y'all welcome to join whenever. Come on, knock on the door. Now you knock on the door, we gonna let you in.
Hell yeah, man.
Make sure y'all subscribe to everybody on the panel. Red, I'll make sure to send you the live. I'm gonna have to give it a minute to process. But y'all have a good night.
You too, bro. Y'all be smooth.
You too, man. Peace.
Peace.